This is Chris Emerson, Development Lead for Skybox Communications, and I'm going to demonstrate the ServiceNow Embedded SiX agent for inContact and RingCentral, created by Skybox Communications. This demonstration will focus on ServiceNow's Agent Workspace and the use of ServiceNow interactions. So this ServiceNow Embedded Agent contains built-in integration for customizable screen pops, data memorialization, and click-to-call from within ServiceNow that will send outbound calls directly through your contact center. To install the agent, you simply go to the ServiceNow store, you search on Skybox, and look for Skybox inContact CTI. Once this is installed, and you bring up Agent Workspace, you're going to see a phone icon on the bottom left here, which is going to open up and also hide the agent. Once the agent is up, you're going to see that you can change the states to any of your unavailable states that are set up in the contact center, as well as looking at the navigation that it's very similar to the Max agent. This was done on purpose for Max agent users to be able to easily transition to the embedded agent without any training at all. So once you go available, you have the ability to take in an incoming call that's assigned to a skill that you are a part of. And at that point, it can create an interaction and pop the interaction for the user to see. So the call came in, interaction is popped. If this seems to be in the way with the Agent Workspace, this is pinned against the left-hand side. To get it out of your way, you can simply hit the phone and it will hide it. And you have your interaction up where you can display customizable messages on your short description. In this case, we just said it was an inbound call and the skill, as well as the contact ID. But as far as what we put on the short description can be customizable, as well as any other fields that you would like to populate on this interaction. So the point of interactions in Agent Workspace is to give you the ability to attach multiple cases or incidents to the same interaction. So if a customer calls in and you want to associate a record to it, and they have an existing case, you can simply search on the case number that they're using, attach it, and save it to the interaction. So at that point, on the details, you can see related tasks. You can now have the case associated with this particular interaction. So while you're on the call, you can then disposition the call. The agent has some customizable features here where you can create future commitments in the system where you can have it automatically call it back. You can set up comment templates to be used, where it will automatically put in the notes a template note where you can just change certain variables specific to that call. And at the point that you end the call, it's going to complete the interaction. You end the call, and it's going to put you right back into available for the next call. So now as far as the phone information that was logged from the actual call data, it's now going to be linked to that interaction, where you have information such as the ANI, the call direction, the contact ID that came in, any comments that come across. And there is some more data that you can view through reporting. So this data isn't meant to replace the contact center reporting. It's just meant to give you a call log that you can link to specific interactions within the system. Now, if you were to go back to your reporting mode in the standard workspace, you could put together reports that would give you a summary of an agent call log. Where you have access to a little bit more data than you saw on the last screen, such as the skill name comes in, the duration, the start and end times, the phone number that was dialed, the recording URL, which is the URL that is going to link you directly to the contact in the contact center to give you access to any sort of call recordings. You could see the lifespan of the contact, how many times was it transferred, which agents were handling that contact. So it gives you a lot more information from within the contact center itself. And at the same time, it does link it to any of the tasks that you linked in while you were adding the case to the interaction. So you get a little bit more data in the reporting side. Now, as far as Agent Workspace at this point, now you're ready for the next call, and notice that the phone is hidden there. If we send a call in with the phone hidden, as soon as it gets routed to this agent, it will pop up, it will create the new interaction, and you're now handling the next contact. So the next thing I want to show is the click-to-call functionality. So this was designed to help your agents make outbound calls from within their lists of actions that need to be done. So if there's a list of cases that they need to do callbacks on, try to resolve them, they can easily just go in and click on the contact. And then next to the phone numbers in the contact, you're going to see a phone where if you click on that, it's going to pop up the agent and it's going to send it right to the agent as an outbound call through your contact center. So now it'll force you to pick a outbound skill. Think of it as a categorization of that outbound call. This could be technical support, this could be customer service or sales or whatever the reason is. It's really for a reporting situation for your outbound calls. So now these calls, since they're going through the contact center, they can be lumped into all of your other contact center reporting for your inbound and outbound calls, and you can do statistics on that and know exactly why outbound calls were being made. So at that point, you're able to log out from here. There is a feature with this is called the one-click login that can be set up. And what that will do is use access keys in your contact center to authenticate a particular users in your system. It will use the username from ServiceNow and assume that once you've authenticated with ServiceNow and you have a license attached to you for this agent, you can now be authenticated in inContact, and then you would only have the login button and you would not need to do the username and password. So that can be set up as a one-click login. Now for more documentation, you can go to skyboxcommunications.com. Under documentation, we have a SiX agent section which will explain all the features associated with that embedded agent itself. There is a license manager associated with the agent to assign ServiceNow users licenses to run that agent. You have your ServiceNow configuration guide, which will cover the install process, as well as any sort of configurations that will be done on the ServiceNow side. And finally, a new feature will be the exact same agent can be run inside of Salesforce. So if you do have Salesforce users as well in your company, you could use the same agent, and this Salesforce configuration guide will go over the same information as far as the installation and configuration on the Salesforce side.